Explosion here, answers to your questions, part 2. Here we go. Next guy we got here is Bailey R, another really awesome YouTuber. Definitely recommend go checking him out. He says his first question is favorite black metal band. Like I said in the last video, Immortal. It's a tie between like Immortal, Black Witchery, Leviathan, or Wolves in the Throne Room. Either one of those bands, they're my favorite. Favorite death metal band. It's a hard one. It either have to be Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, Obituary, or Cow Decapitation. Either one of those four. Least favorite metal genre. I kind of already said that in Jordan's question, but he just happened to be the first to appear on it. I'm really sorry, man. Metalcore. I just really can't do it in metalcore. Best concert you've seen. 2014 was like my best year for concerts. There's two that were my favorite of all time. First one was back in August, back at Mojo's in Joliet. I still live in Indiana. It was Summer Slaughter 2014 with the Morbid Angel, Dying Fetus, Origin, By Artist Murder, and Decrepit Birth, and Goatwhore, and all those fucking awesome bands. That was such a fucking awesome show that I would just love to relive. I mean, Morbid Angel, just seeing them, one of the greatest fucking death metal bands of all time, was just amazing. Seeing Dying Fetus co-headline with them was just fucking awesome as well. Origin put on a great show, Thyra's Murder did, Decrepit Birth did, Goatwhore always. Yeah. And my next show, hold on. The next show after that was at the Egyptian Room of December 2014. It was my top 3 favorite thrash acts in one night. Slayer, Exodus, and Suicidal Tendencies. My top 3 favorite thrash bands in one night. I don't know what possessed all those bands, but for some reason, they just fucking killed it. I saw them at the Egyptian Room in Indianapolis. It was such a fucking awesome show. Just, wow. So, yeah, those are my favorite shows. Thanks for your questions, man. I'll leave your link in the description so people can check you out. Next guy, he's a really, really cool dude. PassiveMetal, Tanner. Really, really awesome dude from really, really awesome channel. Definitely recommend go checking him out. His first question. Thoughts on like down-tempo deathcore, which he means like kind of like bands like the Acacia Strain, Traitors, Black Tongue. Black Tongue, like down-tempo deathcore can be really heavy at points, but it can be really boring at some points when it's down-tempo. But I mean, I still enjoy some down-tempo deathcore. Thoughts on Slam? I really cannot get into Slam that much. I mean, I enjoy Party Cannon, I enjoy Visceral Disgorge, Cranium I really enjoy, just stuff like that. But can't really get into it that much. I find it kind of boring after a while, but yeah. Are there any albums that have changed your perspective on life? Okay, I'm sorry dude, there's like no specific albums. Basically, this entire metal genre just basically changed my whole perspective on life. Just basically, I mean, basically, like, you know, you're different, but you're not. Like, you fit into this like this group of really nice people that in this community. I don't know. I mean, the whole metal genre just changed my whole perspective on life. Basically, there's no albums that did. Any albums that make you cry? To be honest, the new My Dying Bride kind of made me shed a tear a little bit. Like, To Shiver in Empty Halls. It's you right in the feels. Alright, thanks Tanner. Thanks for your questions. Really appreciate it, man. Next guy, another really awesome dude. Definitely recommend checking out his channel, Michael Shamoun. And his first question is, favorite rock band? Like I said before in my last video, it'd have to be either AC/DC or Kiss, either one of those bands. His next question was favorite movie / franchise. Favorite movie? That had to be The Evil Dead, not the remake, the original 1981 movie. Holy fuck, I love that movie to pieces. And my favorite franchise, I'd have to go with Texas Chainsaw franchise. That's a pretty good franchise. Favorite metal genre, this next question. That'd have to be probably death metal or black metal. Favorite superhero. To be honest, dude, I can't really answer this question. I'm not really too big into superheroes that much, but I mean, I'd have to go with Batman. I enjoy watching like The Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight, those kinds of movies. My favorite food, that'd have to be either Sicilian style pizza. Fucking love Sicilian style pizza, or spaghetti. Either one of those two. Favorite beverage. Besides water, it had to be probably coffee. I really fucking enjoy like dark roast coffee. But yeah, thanks for your questions, man. Wow, I'm shooting through these faster than I thought. Where am I at? 6 minutes, alright. Next guy, really awesome dude from a really awesome channel. Charlie Pettifer. I'll leave his link in the description so you can go check him out. Favorite album cover. Basically, favorite album cover recently is probably the new Gruesome album. I don't know. I just really enjoy Ed Repka's like his art designs and stuff like that. So they either have to be like Gruesome, Savage Land. I really love that album cover. That's just a grotesque, violent album cover. His next question: favorite death metal vocalist. It'd either have to be George Corpsegrinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse, John Gallagher from Dying Fetus, John Tardy from Obituary, or Martin Van Drunen of Asphyx. Either one of those four are my favorite. Favorite band shirt. Probably my Dying Fetus shirt. Hold on, I'll grab it for you. Yeah, it's probably my Dying Fetus Subjected to a Beating shirt. This is probably my favorite shirt that I own. His next question is: are lyrics really important to you? Well, yeah, I really like to read lyrics. If they rhyme, it makes like the song more catchy. And you know, some lyrics like tell like a tale or a story of some imagery, or they talk about like certain subjects that I might be interested in. But I don't know, when I get like a physical album, I love to read the lyrics to it and follow along to it. But yeah, I'd say they're a bit important to me. I like to see what the meaning it is behind those lyrics. So yeah. If you could, next question is: if you can spend the day with a band on tour, who would it be? Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say Suffocation though, because it seems like they had like a lot of fun on tour and they always put on a great fucking show. So I'm gonna have to go with Suffocation. His last question is thoughts on Seor, which is like an atmospheric kind of folkish black metal band from Scotland, I think. Yeah, Scotland. I really enjoy Seor. I mean, Roots and Aura were just fucking great atmospheric black metal albums. So, yeah, thank you for your questions, man. Really appreciate it. Next question is from a guy from Jason Freeman, who just recently started as well. I definitely recommend go checking out his channel. I'll leave his link in the description if you're like into more like, you know, kind of like more into like the old school like hardcore punk kind of stuff, because he has like a lot of awesome like punk shit in his collection. So definitely go check out just Jason Freeman. And he asks, what do you think of one-man bands? or projects? Well, I really have a lot of respect for one-man projects or bands because, like, it takes so much skill and talent to play all those instruments that they play, like, you know, like Leviathan, Satanic War Master, Zoster, Putrid Pile, I think, is a one-man project. Toxic Holocaust was a one-man project, like, in the early ages, like when they released Evil Never Dies, when Joel grinded, but eventually Joel Grind found some people to jam with and make albums with. Toke is another fantastic one-man project. Well, I have a lot of respect for one-man projects, you know, to learn to play all those instruments. And usually they tend to make great music in their vision, so they won't have that many problems, you know, with like bandmates and stuff like that, because they can make their own work. So yeah, so that was this question. Thank you so much, man, really appreciate it. Last question is from Eros Arorin. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, dude, but he asks, what songs give you goosebumps? Basically Leviathan, Scarsight, that whole album just gave me goosebumps. A little bit of My Dying Bride, Feel the Misery, kind of gave me chills and goosebumps too. A lot of black metal gives me goosebumps, like Burzum, yeah, Lord of the Depths, that gives me a lot of goosebumps. Bathory, Call from the Grave, yeah, it gives me goosebumps. Silver and Fang off of Death Crush, that song gives me goosebumps as well. Bathory, Call from the Grave, that gives me goosebumps. You know, just, or like Burzum's whole album, Hivis Lysitaros, just gave me goosebumps as well. Like, for the most part, for some reason, black metal just gives me the most goosebumps. I don't know why, but yeah, thanks, Aro. Thank you for your questions. Alright, Q&A number 2 is finished. If you missed a chance to answer questions, I apologize. Maybe better luck next time. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for asking me questions, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are the fucking best. And don't forget to check out all those channels. I looked into all the descriptions in both videos of my answers. Because you know what? They're all fucking awesome people. And so are the people that ask me questions and all my subscribers. So, enough of my bullshit. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna call it quits for today. Expect a review of the new Abeth in the near future. So, yeah, guys. Cheers. Stay metal.